Before the crowds, before the amplifiers, and far from the noise of the stage, Kid Rock lives on a scale few imagine, spread across 1,000 acres of raw Tennessee land. This is not a retreat built for comfort alone, but a place shaped by freedom, solitude, and a defiant country spirit. From open fields and winding dirt roads to hidden cabins and wide skies, this ranch reveals how a rock star chooses to live when no one is watching. Today, we step inside Kid Rock's Tennessee ranch to explore a lifestyle where music fades into nature, rules loosen, and the land itself sets the rhythm. Kid Rock's path did not begin in the glare of celebrity, but in the stillness of Michigan life, where early responsibilities and curiosity quietly set his future in motion. Robert James Ritchie entered the world on January 7, 1971, in the quiet town of Romeo, Michigan. His childhood did not unfold in struggle, but in contrast, on a large family estate owned by his father, a successful car dealership owner. Days were spent working the land, picking apples, caring for horses, and learning the discipline of physical labor. That mix of comfort and responsibility shaped him early, grounding him in rural rhythms while quietly sharpening his independence. Before he turned 10, music pulled him in a different direction. Hip-hop arrived like a jolt of electricity in a quiet place. Ritchie taught himself how to rap, DJ, and breakdance, practicing obsessively while other kids were still figuring out what they liked. His curiosity did not stop there. Over time, he learned to play multiple instruments, eventually becoming capable of performing nearly every part of his own backing band in the studio. Music was no longer a hobby, it was control, identity, and escape. In the late 1980s, he entered Detroit's underground scene as part of the Beast Crew. At 17, he signed his first record deal with Jive Records and released Grits Sandwiches for breakfast in 1990. The album made him a local name and put him on tour alongside artists like Ice Cube and Too Short. But momentum did not last. Creative tension and commercial pressure led to his dismissal from the label, a setback that forced him to rethink everything. Rather than retreat, Kid Rock rebuilt. He signed with Continuum Records in 1992, collaborated with Insane Clown Posse, and gradually shifted his sound. By the time the Polyfuse method arrived in 1993, rock guitars were pushing their way into his music. That evolution continued with Early Mornin' Pimp in 1996 and the formation of his backing band, Twisted Brown Trucker. In 1997, Atlantic Records offered him a new deal, betting on an artist who refused to fit neatly into one genre. That gamble paid off. Devil Without a Cause became the turning point. Fueled by aggressive touring and the explosive success of Bawit Daba, the album sold more than 15 million copies worldwide and earned Diamond certification. Fame arrived fast, and with it came wealth, larger stages, and total creative freedom. For the first time, Kid Rock was no longer chasing survival. He was building an empire. In the years that followed, he kept moving. The self-titled Kid Rock album in 2003 leaned deeper into rock. Rock and Roll. Jesus reached #1 on the Billboard Top 200, a career milestone that confirmed his staying power. By 2010, he pivoted again, embracing country influences with Born Free, followed by Rebel Soul in 2012. Each shift reflected a man unwilling to stay frozen in one identity. The late 2000s saw reflection and consolidation. Albums like Sweet Southern Sugar and Greatest Hits, You Never Saw Coming closed one chapter while honoring another. In 2020, under the name Bobby Shazam, he released Quarantine, donating all proceeds to COVID-19 relief. 2 years later, Bad Reputation arrived, raw and confrontational, mirroring his public persona. Collaborations continued into 2023, and his presence remains active, loud, and intentional. Parallel to the music, Kid Rock's political voice grew louder. He openly aligned with conservative economics while maintaining libertarian views on personal freedoms. In 2017, speculation around a Senate run captured national attention, only for him to later reveal it was never a serious plan, but a provocation aimed at the media itself. His story feels less like a rise and more like a long road, one where control over sound, image, and direction mattered more than approval, and where every turn led him closer to the life he chose to build. And now we turn to his Tennessee ranch, a place where space, privacy, and distance shape the life he lives today. Ranch in Tennessee. Set against a vast sweep of forested hills and open sky, Kid Rock's 1,000-acre mountain ranch unfolds as a secluded stronghold shaped by craftsmanship, scale, and deliberate isolation. From a distance, his main residence appears anchored to the land itself. Built from thick log timbers and stone, its pitched metal roof and broad footprint giving it the presence of a working lodge rather than a decorative retreat. Across the 1,000-acre property, the terrain rolls outward in every direction, with dense evergreens, open meadows, and a private body of water reflecting the changing light throughout the day. The exterior architecture reflects the artist's preference for substance over ornament. Wide porches wrap the structure, supported by heavy timber columns and stone bases that visually tie the house to the earth beneath it. Multiple terraces step down toward the landscape, creating natural transitions between the built environment and the surrounding hills. In warmer months, Kid Rock's property feels open and expansive. In winter, snow settles along railings and steps, reinforcing its sense of remoteness and seasonal rhythm. Inside, the home reveals itself as a celebration of raw materials and spatial volume, mirroring the uncompromising persona Kid Rock has carried throughout his career. Exposed log walls, vaulted ceilings, and massive beams dominate the living spaces, giving each room a sense of permanence. Large windows frame uninterrupted views of mountains and trees, allowing the outside world to remain constantly present. The main living area centers around a towering stone fireplace that rises vertically through the room, acting as both a functional anchor and a visual statement. The kitchen and dining areas maintain the same grounded continuity. Solid wood cabinetry, stone countertops, and an open layout suggest a space designed for gathering rather than formality. The dining table sits beneath warm light, positioned for long meals and unhurried conversation, reinforcing the feeling that this is a home meant to be lived in, not staged. Bedrooms continue the theme of retreat and restraint. Thick timber walls, subdued lighting, and earth-toned textiles create spaces intended for rest and recovery. Large windows bring in snow-covered forests or summer greenery, depending on the season, reinforcing the sense that Kid Rock lives within the landscape rather than above it. The bathrooms echo this approach, combining stone surfaces, deep soaking tubs, and simple fixtures that emphasize comfort and calm. Beyond the main house, the working core of Kid Rock's ranch becomes visible. A large barn and workshop area holds saddles, riding gear, tools, and equipment, signaling an active, hands-on lifestyle. Concrete floors, open work tables, and storage-lined walls suggest daily use rather than display. This is a space built for maintenance, repair, and physical work, reflecting a preference for function over refinement. From elevated viewpoints, the full scope of the ranch comes into focus. A private lake rests below the residence, bordered by trees and open ground, while fenced areas trace the contours of the land. The house, barn, and surrounding structures form a self-contained world, visually removed from roads, neighbors, or urban presence. Kid Rock's mountain ranch reads as an intentional withdrawal from public life. It is not designed to impress, but to endure. Every visible choice, from the scale of the buildings to the unfiltered relationship with the land, reflects a life organized around privacy, control, and self-reliance. This is not a temporary escape, but a permanent foothold carved into the landscape, where quiet, distance, and independence define the rhythm of his daily living. Leaving the hills of Tennessee behind, we arrive at Kid Rock's home in Detroit, where the river and the city come together to create a calm space deeply tied to history. House in Detroit. Set along the water in one of Detroit's established residential areas, Kid Rock's longtime home reflects permanence rather than display. Framed by mature trees, open lawns, and a private boathouse opening onto the river, the property feels deeply rooted, balancing proximity to the city's history with a clear sense of privacy and intention. Inside, the house leans strongly toward classic American tradition. The formal dining room is defined by bold red walls, tall windows with draped curtains, and a long, polished table surrounded by gold-toned chairs. A traditional chandelier anchors the space overhead, giving the room a ceremonial tone suited for large gatherings and extended dinners. It is a room built for hosting, conversation, and ritual rather than everyday casual use. Bedrooms move in a calmer, more intimate direction. Pale blue walls, solid wood floors, and four-poster beds establish a sense of comfort and continuity. Antique mirrors, framed portraits, and heavy wooden furniture suggest rooms that evolved over time, shaped by personal choices rather than a single design vision. These spaces feel lived in and familiar, offering retreat instead of drama. The main living areas continue that understated narrative. A broad foyer with exposed wood beams and a central staircase introduces the home with warmth and balance. Nearby sitting rooms center around fireplaces with colorful tiled surrounds, paired with patterned upholstery and carefully placed memorabilia. References to music and personal history appear quietly, woven into the rooms rather than displayed outright. Lower-level spaces shift toward leisure and social life. A dedicated game room features a custom poker table, checkered floors, and built-in seating, clearly designed for late nights with friends. Adjacent media areas prioritize comfort over showmanship, with leather seating and restrained lighting that encourage relaxation rather than performance. The kitchen remains practical and traditional. White cabinetry, tiled floors, and open shelving emphasize daily use, while subtle decorative details reflect the home's age and continuity. It feels functional and familiar, resisting modern trends in favor of reliability. Outside, the boathouse stands as one of the property's defining elements. Positioned directly on the water, it serves both recreation and identity. Above it, a rooftop deck overlooks the river, lawn, and surrounding neighborhood, tying the house to Detroit's waterways and landscape. Simple railings and American flags reinforce a sense of heritage. Kid Rock's Detroit home is not designed to impress quickly. Its strength lies in memory, tradition, and a lasting connection to place. It is a house built to endure, reflecting a life shaped by music, Midwestern roots, and loyalty to the city that formed him. And now, let's explore Kid Rock's collection of luxurious and stylish cars. Car collection. The GMC Sierra entered Kid Rock's life as a practical companion, rather than a statement piece. He chose it when days at his Tennessee ranch became longer and more hands-on, using it for early morning drives across dirt roads, trips into town, and hauling equipment without drawing attention. Often driven alone or with a small crew, it feels calm and steady behind the wheel. Its bold American design and modern interior, with current market values for well-equipped versions around $70,000. The Chevrolet Silverado Heavy Duty reflects a more demanding side of his routine. This is the truck relied on for serious work, moving heavy gear, supporting large setups, and handling rough terrain near the ranch. It is frequently used with crew members riding along. The wide stance, chrome accents, and commanding presence give it an unmistakable authority, while its heavy-duty build delivers steady confidence. Customized versions today often reach $80,000 or more, valued for strength and durability rather than refinement. The Chevrolet Camaro marks a shift in mood. Kid Rock chose it for short drives that were about energy rather than necessity. City streets, late nights, and moments when speed and sound mattered. Usually driven with the windows down and music turned up, the Camaro delivers an immediate, visceral response that mirrors his stage persona. Its aggressive lines and classic muscle car attitude keep it rooted in American performance culture, with current values generally ranging between $40,000 and $60,000 depending on configuration. The Ford GT occupies a rare and deliberate place in his garage. Selected out of respect for American racing heritage, this car is saved for special moments rather than routine use. When he takes it out, the drive is focused and intentional, often on quiet roads or controlled settings, letting the car's presence dominate the experience. Its low, sculpted shape and track-inspired design create an intense sense of precision and speed, with current market values often exceeding $500,000, reflecting its rarity and status. The Rolls-Royce Phantom completes the collection with a different kind of power. Chosen when privacy and calm became priorities, it is used for formal occasions or evenings when he wants separation from the outside world without losing presence. Inside, conversations soften as the road disappears, replaced by an almost floating sensation. The Phantom's timeless design and unmatched ride quality emphasize authority and composure, with current values commonly between $350,000 and $450,000 depending on year and condition. Kid Rock's car collection is a reflection of how he lives, practical when needed, powerful when chosen, and always on his own terms. From here, the focus shifts to the assets that anchor his lifestyle beyond the road: income and net worth. $150 million is the number that defines Kid Rock's financial peak today. That net worth did not come from a single hit or one lucky contract. It was built through control of music, touring, branding, and long-term assets across more than 30 years in the industry. In the late 1980s, Kid Rock performed with local hip-hop groups in Detroit, earning money mainly from small shows and independent tape sales, with annual income estimated at only $20,000 to $50,000. His debut album, Grits Sandwiches for Breakfast, released in 1990, made him a recognized name in Detroit, but personal earnings remained limited due to a small recording contract and high touring costs. When that contract disappeared, he relied almost entirely on independent touring and merchandise, bringing in roughly $100,000 to $300,000 per year during his most difficult period. The turning point came in 1997, when Kid Rock signed a new recording deal and released Devil Without a Cause in 1998. The album sold 13 million copies worldwide, generating estimated gross revenue of $130 million to $150 million. Kid Rock's personal take from record sales, publishing, royalties, and related touring is estimated at $30 million to $40 million. Across his career, Kid Rock has sold 25 million albums in the United States and 35 million albums internationally. His cumulative personal earnings from music, including royalties, touring, publishing, and merchandise, are estimated at $100 million to $120 million. During peak years, major tours generated $10 million to $20 million per year in gross revenue, with Kid Rock's net profit typically reaching $5 million to $8 million per tour. Beyond music, Kid Rock earned additional income from film, television, and entertainment appearances, including The Howard Stern Show, Joe Dirt, Biker Boys, CSY New York, Stacked, and Top Gear. Total earnings from these projects, including special appearances and image licensing, are estimated at $3 million to $5 million over time. Real estate has played a key role in preserving and converting his wealth. In 2006, he purchased a Bali-style Malibu mansion for $11,600,000, later selling it in 2017 for $9,500,000. He owns a horse ranch property near Detroit that was listed in 2020 for $2,200,000, a lakefront home in another Detroit suburb valued at $2,500,000 to $3 million, and a beachfront house in Jupiter, Florida purchased for $3,200,000. Most notably, he owns a 1,000-acre ranch in Tennessee, estimated to be worth $30 million to $40 million, reflecting a long-term preference for land, privacy, and lasting value. Kid Rock's income story reflects a career built on ownership and independence rather than short-term opportunity. His financial decisions consistently favored control, scale, and tangible assets, allowing success in music to translate into long-term stability. With stability in place, the story moves toward the causes and communities he has chosen to support. Philanthropy. Kid Rock has built his charitable work around direct action and personal involvement rather than ceremony. He founded the Kid Rock Foundation to raise funds for veterans, military families, and community support programs, using concerts and public appearances as the main engine for giving. Through the foundation and related benefit events, he has helped raise an estimated $1 million. Much of this support has gone toward programs assisting United States soldiers stationed overseas, providing morale support, essential supplies, and financial relief for families at home. Disaster relief has been another meaningful focus. After Hurricane Katrina devastated the Gulf Coast, Kid Rock performed at benefit concerts and donated proceeds totaling approximately $250,000. His long-standing partnership with the United Service Organizations further defines his approach to giving. Kid Rock joined multiple tours to perform for deployed troops, donating time, travel, and performance value estimated at $300,000. His giving reflects loyalty and responsibility rather than recognition, a willingness to show up when it matters. Beyond charity work, those same values carry into his personal life, shaping who he is off-stage. Personal life. In recent years, Kid Rock has chosen a noticeably quieter and more private personal life, built around routine, independence, and close family ties. He divides his time mainly between Michigan and Tennessee, favoring familiar places where he can stay grounded away from constant public attention. His days often start early and follow a steady rhythm, with time set aside for music work, property upkeep, and long stretches of solitude that he openly values. Family remains central to his life today. His son is now an adult, and Kid Rock takes pride in being a grandfather, spending relaxed, low-key time with his granddaughter whenever possible. Those moments, kept deliberately out of the spotlight, have become some of his most meaningful. He has spoken about enjoying simple activities with family, preferring presence. Kid Rock remains close to a small circle of longtime friends rather than a wide celebrity social life. He is often seen with people he has known for decades, many of whom are not part of the entertainment industry. Regular activities include boating, fishing, hunting, and time outdoors, especially in rural settings where he feels most comfortable. These habits reflect his preference for self-reliance and space. Romantically, he continues to keep his relationships private, avoiding public commentary and appearances. His current travels are more often associated with performances, charity events, or short personal trips rather than lavish vacations. Living largely out of view, Kid Rock has built a personal life centered on familiarity, loyalty, and self-direction. The choices he makes today point to a man comfortable with where he stands, valuing steadiness and personal space over outside expectations. If you enjoyed this closer look at Kid Rock beyond the stage, stay with us for more in-depth stories that explore the personal lives, routines, and lifestyles of well-known figures, revealing what truly shapes them when the cameras are off and the spotlight fades.